Hello and welcome to another episode of Horror Ghouls After Dark. We are the Horror Ghouls. I'm Megan,
I'm T.
and welcome. We are happy to have you joining us this evening. It is in fact after dark. We don't lie to you. We never will. We'll be honest every time. Um, I wanted to say something. We're gonna actually play like a little game almost today, but I wanted to say something first. That just occurred to me in this moment, and such is the gift of ADD. Final Destination is about to come out, or it did come
Oh
out.
yeah.
Did it come
I
out?
think it already came out, yes.
Someone said today that they really upped the gore factor. Just a random like comment
Yeah,
I saw.
I heard that too.
I'm intrigued, but like I don't know if I want to see it in the theater. How do you feel? But do you feel like it's one you're gonna try to see or
I
no?
probably
You'll
won't
wait.
see it in theater. I probably will wait, so.
I think
But
that's fair.
but I mean, I guess it kind of depends. I liked like seeing the Destination 3D one.
Mm.
That was
I didn't
interesting to
see that one.
me.
Mm.
Yeah. And so I mean, I don't know. Maybe I will, but it would have to be
I
a
feel like
special
there's
day.
yeah, I feel like there's a bunch of things that I kind of want to see right now, so it's hard to pick and choose. I'm still trying to see Clown in a Cornfield. That's going to be a theme through the last couple episodes for those of you playing the Hargwell's bingo card at home, if you have one. Um, yeah, just wanted to mention it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play Would You Rather Horror Spooky Edition. Okay. So I have some questions. I have not read them at length, so I have no predetermined answers. You have never seen the questions, is that correct?
That is correct.
I feel like a magician being like, touch the rope. Are there any divots in the rope that you can feel? Is anything weird about this card deck? No?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Um, so we're just gonna do a bunch of questions, see how it goes. I would love for you guys, we can't hear you. So you can shout out your answers if you want and say, I would do this. You can also leave them in the comments if you have a really good answer. We would
Please
like that
do.
too. We would
We
like to
would
go
love to
over
see
that with
it.
you.
We would love to fist
Um,
fight you in the comments about
we
it.
would love to fight you at the flagpole in the comments. Try it, see what happens. So I'm going to start with the first question. And because I have the questions, you will go first, right?
Oh, fair enough.
Would you rather have a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion?
Alien invasion all the way. I love
You
aliens.
are so overly excited. I never thought someone would be really excited to answer that question.
Listen, the moment you said I was like, aliens. Yes.
So I have
Oh,
a follow-up question then. What if all the aliens were like ET?
are they taking me with them? Or are they just coming here?
No, they're here and they want all the Reese's Pieces.
Zombies. If they all look
Okay.
like ET, I'd rather,
But other
I'd
kinds
rather,
of aliens you would
yeah,
take.
yeah. Like
Okay.
if it was Predator, if it was like Romulans from Star Trek or
Predator.
something,
That would be really
yeah, I
scary.
would love to see a
I don't want
Predator. Oh my
Predator.
God. I would like, please take my head and my spine. I'm fine
What
with it.
what if they were all like the killer clowns from outer space?
I would still be fine with that, but that would be weird too. I'd be like, ew, you're gonna drink like slurry with a straw. Like, ugh.
Cotton candy
Uh,
cocoon.
right.
Um, I feel like I'm really ready for the zombie apocalypse personally. Like I have my one of our podcast friends, Lou, mailed me through the US Postal Service a axe with like a pick on the back. Not like a regular pickaxe, guys. It's like fancy. Um, so I'm ready, but if it was the killer clowns from outer space, I feel like I would pick them. Because like they're
That's fair.
smart, but they're kind of dopey at the same
Yeah,
time. Like I feel like I would be like safe from them generally,
probably a
unless
little
they
bit.
offered me pizza, because like I kind of love
Right.
pizza, so then I might be in trouble. Um, okay. So you are aliens, first answer, and
Unless it's
I'm
ET, yeah.
unless it's CT and I'm zombie apocalypse. Okay, got it. Would you rather spend the night alone in a morgue or a night alone in a cemetery?
Ooh, that's hard. It's hard because I feel like in the morgue you're like closer to the dead people in there, but in a
Yeah.
cemetery the ghosts of the dead are probably haunting that area. I'm gonna go with a cemetery.
Okay. I wonder, with that in mind, would the ghosts like not be in the morgue? Like, are they, is it still too new? Are
I
they
feel like it's still too new. Like the
the
bodies
ghosts
could
are
still
confused?
wake back up and get you like
Oh,
zombies at that point. Just
well,
reanimating.
so immediately when I think of morgue, being in a morgue, I think of the scene in Devil Made Me Do It.
The baloney.
Yep. Where
Baloney feet.
the giant, like wet, heavy corpse man was running. And I don't want to take that chance. So I will go cemetery too, because I don't need anyone's like baloney feet slapping at
Yeah.
me as we
Yeah.
run. I don't like that. Okay, so we both agree. We would both be in the cemetery with the
Yep.
ghosts. I like that. This one, I don't really like this question, so I'm gonna change it. So the question is, I'll tell you the original question. Would you rather be attacked by a chainsaw or an axe? And I'm gonna tell you, we are a couple of final girls, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, which would you rather wield?
A chainsaw or an axe.
A chainsaw or an axe? Because no, we're taking our power back here. So which one would you rather have in your like toolkit?
I am a melee girly. I'm gonna go with the axe. I like knives. And I feel like a chainsaw is just a little too unwieldy for me. Like I feel
It's
like
too
I'd be like,
heavy.
I'd probably like cut my foot off or something like
Yeah, or
that.
like you need to then carry gas to refill
Yeah,
your
and I feel
supply.
like I don't have like the arm strength to be like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Like
Because
so,
then what if you're
yeah,
going to fight back and then the person, like you just run out mid,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. So I mean, I'd much rather like have my axe and just kind of hack at people or
That's solid.
whatever.
It's a
Yeah,
solid choice. I think that's good, unless like you're Ash from Evil Dead, because he just has the chainsaw right on his arm.
that's true.
So that's easy. Probably he has a lot of bicep strength at that point. Um, but I feel like I just kind of gave mine away because we were just talking about how I got an axe mailed to me because I
Yeah.
need to use it, right? So I would probably go axe too. Um,
But if I were to answer the original question,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would say chainsaw.
You'd rather be attacked by a chainsaw?
Yep.
Because you feel like it's heavy, maybe you could dodge it. Is that like
I
the
feel like that, but also if it were to hit me, it would be quicker. Like I feel like the
okay.
end would be quicker than like if you get an axe, honestly, you're hacking away for quite some time. With a chainsaw, if they just hit you like right in the middle of your head and just cut down, it's like it's done. You're
Yeah,
done.
no, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, I like that. There's another question, but I'll get there. So, you know what's funny? I'm going to be honest with you because we love to be honest with you guys. I'm trying to find it in my saved Instagram posts, and I'm seeing a lot of Instagram posts that I've saved with the lead singer from Ghost because I'm going through something right now, and I love to look at him.
You have to
And
explain what kind of ghost because initially when you first told me about ghosts, I thought
you're
Unchained
right.
Melody.
Okay.
So,
Oh my God. The band Ghost. Right? Without getting into the lore. It's a guy, he usually has like a mask. It's a character. It's like a satanic, like a pope or an anti-pope or like a cardinal or whatever. I'm
we'll
not.
put a picture up so they can get a visual.
Ooh, can we make it of the new version though? Like not the old, or maybe you could do both. I don't know. Whatever you feel like doing. She is the person that has been adding these pictures to our posts, so I feel like that requires applause and accolades for doing
Thank
that. So
you.
whatever you feel like posting,
I will actually run it by you first, so you can send me the picture and
I get
I'll do it.
approval. I get approval.
You get approval anyway, but yeah.
I love that. Okay. This is a slight deviation, but there's some other questions I want to add. Which decade, this is not a would you rather, but we will get back to that. Which decade had the best horror? 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s? Now.
This is weird because we halfway kind of told people this before, and so I feel like if you are a real Horror Ghouls fan that actually like tunes in quite a bit, you might already know this answer. I'm automatically going 2000s. 2000s, 2010s, like that whole area.
I
And I
feel
know
like
where
that
you're
makes sense.
going.
Where am I going?
You're going 80s.
Yes, I'm going 80s. I think the best music and the best movies and the best horror movies were all in the 80s. I love the 80s. So I think that's very on brand for us, those
Yeah.
questions. Those
Yeah, I
questions.
mean 2000s too, they had the rise of all the religious horror movies. So
Yes.
there you
Okay.
go.
I just saw in scrolling to my next post, I just found another ghost post and it's
Oh
making me laugh,
wow.
and I have to send it to you later. Anyway, one subgenre has to go. Which are you choosing? Slasher, zombie, body horror, paranormal, found footage, or other question mark?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with body horror. Because I always think of the fucking Human Centipede movie, and I
Ugh,
also think of Tusk, which you still need to watch.
I don't want to.
And and I mean, like honestly, body horror movies just go a little too gross for me. I would second that up with like torture porn horror, which is like slasher to the
Yeah,
extreme.
yeah.
Thinking Terrifier movies to me are like that. But
Uh,
but
all
I'm
right.
gonna go with body. Yeah, right. Sorry, Art. I
I
love art,
actually
but still.
I actually agree with you again. I would pick the same. Body horror would go for me. Um,
Okay.
okay. You have to survive one night in one of these. If you're a horror fan, I can tell you about these places without you needing a picture. So if you feel like adding them, whatever. The Overlook Hotel from The Shining, the Sawyer House from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Evil Dead Cabin from Evil Dead, obviously, and the Amityville House from the Amityville Horror House. Which do you choose to survive one night?
I'm going with the Overlook Hotel.
Do you have a reason, or just because you like the vibe the best?
I feel like that's the biggest area to be able to like
Hmm.
hide in places that are not necessarily in woods or
Sure.
outside. There's a whole maze outside. I can go into the maze if I want
There
to.
isn't
You
there
know,
is an
there's a
outside maze.
bar with some drinks. So I can so I could, I could have a good time and I could find a room that's not haunted and possibly, not be bothered by the twins or anybody else.
Yeah.
And maybe nobody will hack through the door either. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like the other houses, it's way more likely that something bad will happen, especially Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like,
Well, that one's already full of animal skulls, so that's
right.
probably not good. And also, Leatherface seemed really happy at home, so you're kind of just, it's very likely
That
that
he's
you're
gonna
going to
be
be
there.
hanging out with him.
Right.
Um, and I feel like you could probably win Leatherface over, but not his dad.
No.
Like Leatherface, if you approached him the right way, you guys could, I feel like, be friends, right?
Yeah.
But just his dad was real mean, and then he starts wearing the different wigs and the makeup faces, and then you got a whole other problem on your hands. So,
Yeah.
um, what's funny is once again I agree with you because I feel like for the most part, the hauntings in the Overlook Hotel happened to people who weren't minding their business, right? And her husband, right, Wendy's husband, Jack,
Hmm.
went a little nutso and was going to attack them. But if you don't go with someone who goes crazy,
You should be fine.
right? And
It
then
seems like the safest
people
place.
are having like their parties and stuff. There's bears and like furry stuff happening in some of the rooms. And maybe you just stay in your room and watch some TV and then it's good in the morning. That's it.
Right.
All right, I agree with that. So back to our would you rathers. Would you rather be hunted by Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees?
So my heart belongs to Jason Voorhees. So I am definitely going to be chased by Jason Voorhees
So,
because I want to be able to sleep at night.
yes. So like my question is like because you love him, are you trying to like turn the situation around? Like
Oh
are
no,
you
no, no,
are
no.
you like, "Hey Jason, like I just
No, no,
wondered if we
no.
could
No,
talk."
because
No. Okay.
no, because there's still no explanation how he died as a child and came back as a man. So I don't know what that's about. I don't want no parts of that. I love him, but I love him from afar, and I just feel like I could probably get away from him because again, he's somebody that if you were not a camp counselor, you were you probably were safe for the most part. Or if you didn't try to like mess with his mom at some point or her bones, like you were kind of safe.
Yeah.
He did kind of kill indiscriminately at some points, but I think if you mind your business
Yeah.
he will leave you alone. Now, Freddy comes looking for you. It literally says it in the song. One, two, Freddy's coming for you. So it's like,
We do have to listen to the songs. I agree.
yeah. So he's already coming. So I'm good on that.
Yeah. I mean, so I think my dilemma is like I feel like Freddie would be more fun to hang out with.
I knew it. I said in my head, I said she's gonna pick Freddy because Freddy could talk back to you. You could have banter with Freddy. You're not having any banter with Jason.
I really do love a good banter will win me over, like with anyone. That's how I've dated many of my terrible boyfriends. Banter it will get you far with me. Um, but what you're saying about sleep, I really do take sleep seriously. And also then even if you pick up your phone, then he could like lick your face or like attack you in the bathtub. So it's like I
Like
feel
you're
like
not
I'd
getting
have
away
to
from him.
no, I feel like you'd have to go like Jason. I feel like I would have to go Jason because also like he doesn't really love to get out of the woods unless he goes to Manhattan, unless he goes to space, right? But maybe if you're just
Yeah.
in the suburbs, you're okay, maybe.
Well, the only thing too about Jason, he does teleport for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but still, you could still sleep. You could still get some sleep at night. You can still,
Yeah.
I still think you could sleep at night and you can still make it, as opposed to you can't. You are sleep deprived with Freddy, which is how he gets you in both worlds.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. That's true. Okay. This is a weird question, but I'm not entirely sure what they mean, but I'm just gonna say it. It said, would you rather be trapped in a jigsaw trap or an escape room? And I'm like,
well, there's an escape room movie. Have you ever seen it?
no, I haven't.
I've seen both of them.
Oh, okay.
There's two.
So you have a little more insight
Yeah,
into this question.
the
Okay.
escape room movies, like, first of all, if there are certain rooms, like if you don't get out of it, obviously you're gonna die. They have
Sure.
instances where people are drowning in sand, or you like a laser will come up and like slice you in half and stuff like that. So it's very much similar
I was
to,
gonna say it sounds the same.
yeah,
Almost.
but the one thing about it is with the escape room, you have a chance to survive the room and not be caught in certain things.
Yeah.
You're not automatically in the trap. With Jigsaw,
Okay.
you wake up in the trap.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? So I have to go escape room.
You go escape rooms. My problem with this one is that one comes with a puppet on a tricycle and one does not. Right? So
Ew.
it's like, oh, I just really want a squeaky tricycle puppet. But like to your point, and I haven't seen these movies, so I don't know. Based on your description, I feel like I would have to go escape room because you have more of a chance, it sounds like.
Yeah, like there was this one scene in one of the escape rooms. It might have been the first one. I can't remember. But
Hmm.
anyway, they're inside like this bank vault, and you have like people on the sides have the patterns on the floor in which you need to jump on certain squares. But if you
Hmm.
don't, then you're going to be killed on the square. So you have to depend on the people who are technically against you to
Right.
tell you the right thing so you can get through this weird squares on the floor type thing where all the squares are unmarked. So you have no
Yeah.
idea. So it's like it's very like nerve-wracking, but I'd rather be in that situation than
Sure.
like have a whole bunch of needles stuck in my arm and it's like
Oh no, that sounds
in
terrible.
order to out of this trap you need to put your hand in a box full of piranhas. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, no,
You
that
know.
sounds terrible. Okay. All right. Well, that's another not good. Some of these almost seem a little redundant, but it's like slightly different enough that I feel like we could still roll with it. Um, okay, so we both are kind of picking the same thing. I feel like we're mostly rational, logical people, so we like to think our way through it. I just want to remind you guys, if you have been yelling out your answers, please put them in the comments. We want to see what you think. If you agree,
Yes.
you disagree, you think we're crazy, or maybe you're crazy. You have a weird perspective that we want to hear. We don't know.
Sure.
This goes back to what would you rather stay at?
Okay.
But the Overlook Hotel for a week. Oh no, for a month. Or the Bates Motel for a week.
Hmm. That's hard.
That one is difficult because the owner of the Bates Motel, it depends. I feel like it depends on if you catch his interest because
Right.
he's certainly not interested in everyone who stays at the hotel, but he does have his little peephole, right? And he does have his little mom outfits that he puts on to chase you
Right.
around if he decides that he picks you, but you won't necessarily catch his interest.
It's the luck of the draw.
Right.
But then also at the Overlook, one, I never saw food at the Overlook. I'm gonna be real with you. So a whole month there with no food is kind of wild.
There
But
was food. There was that whole
but
pantry. But you do have to travel to it.
yeah, and then like I said, you still have to worry about seeing the twins in the hallway
And the
or running
furry,
in right,
the bear furry. Yeah.
right. Or like what if the spirit of Jack Torrance is just trapped there? So then you have a axe wielding maniac on your tail
Mm.
too. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And there's listen, like I don't know. I do that for a whole month because I feel like if you stay there for a night, you can get away with it. Maybe even a week. But a month is kind of hard. I might have to go with take my chances with Bates Motel.
I also feel like because you have knowledge going into it, is you know that there's a man who has his mom's skeleton in a basement, and you know that he's temperamental. So maybe you get on his good side. Maybe you find out things he likes. Maybe you bring him cookies and now you guys are cool. Like maybe, but also a week seems like a much better time frame to or
Yeah.
survivability. Um, so once again, I'd pick the same. If it was a week in either place, I might still
Um,
go Overlook. But
yeah,
the fact
same.
in the time discrepancy is like too much, I feel like. Okay. So we're both staying at the Bates. Ooh, would you rather eat with the Sawyer family, Texas Chainsaw, everyone, just in case, or with Hannibal Lecter?
Wow.
Now again,
That's horrible.
it doesn't say be eaten by.
Right.
It says who would you rather eat with?
I'm going with Hannibal Lecter, because the Sawyer family might end up eating me at some point anyway.
Yes.
And so even though Hannibal Lecter, he got his things about him too, but he might be kind of locked up.
Yeah,
He might be in jail. I don't know. It depends on what version of Hannibal Lecter you get,
it's true.
but I'm still going Hannibal Lecter because I think that he has some decorum about him. He may not try to eat you or
Yeah,
kill you.
I actually would pick him in addition to the reasons that you're saying because also he is a little more upper crust. Like the Sawyer house is
Right.
disgusting and smelly and feels like it'd be full of like roaches, but he's probably in like a very nice and clean and organized place that sounds like I could picture him in like a four-star hotel or more like a five-star hotel, like let's be honest, right? And he likes a nice wine and
Nice
whatever, so
Chianti.
he
Yes.
sure does. But also I feel like he'd be great conversation.
Right. That's how I feel. And
Yeah.
like the Sawyer family, we know for a fact the Sawyer family stunk. Like we know that they stunk. They had body parts and all types of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And Leatherface never showered. And they just had old blood on them all the time. Like they smelled like nickels and garbage. Like so,
Right. Did you say Nichols?
yes.
That's funny. Okay. No, I agree. I agree. Would you rather become a deadite, that's from Evil Dead,
Mhm.
or be reanimated by Herbert West?
I'm assuming that
Reanimator?
would be that reanimator.
Yes.
Yeah. Reanimator.
Yeah, easy. Is that easy
Yep.
for you?
Yep.
Okay. Easy. I would pick the same. I don't want to
I
be
and
a
see,
deadite.
I thought you would be a deadite because,
No, I don't want to be a deadite because you're not really in there. I mean, to be fair, with the reanimation,
yeah.
searching for the word. Um, you you're not really yourself. You're more like animalistic and just kind of like wild. But Deadites, I feel like it's still really not you. It's like you're almost like possessed and it's just like your body. Maybe they both lead to the same ends, but I just feel like I wouldn't, I don't know. I'd rather be more like the reanimator guy. Would you rather be haunted by the ring or read the Babadook? I would just say or the Babadook. I would pick,
So
yeah.
the ring is Samara, right?
Yes.
Or the
Seven
Babadook,
days.
right?
The
To be
Babadook just looks like such a silly guy. Like he's just like oh
oh
weird.
man, I know people who hate the Babadook, but I honestly would go with the Babadook. Samara's fun. She's a fun girl. I love her outfit. I love her hair. But my whole thing is you climbing out of a TV, we got problems. And also don't
Are you
call me
gonna
with that.
replace my TV? Like yeah.
Right, and don't call me with that 7 day shit. I'm not feeling
Mm-mm-mm.
that because I'm hanging up on you every single time, every day you call me. But I feel like oh gosh, how did I forget that fast? Samara or who did I pick?
The Babadook.
The Babadook, that's right. I feel like honestly, I the Babadook was like not even real, wasn't he? I feel like he wasn't really real.
No, he was like from a book, but and then he
Right.
almost looked like he was like out of the book.
Yeah, but
Like in
I think like similarly to other stuff, he was a manifestation of something. I don't think he was real.
I don't like remember that. Like I'm trying just in case you
Yeah,
guys are like, what are you doing? Is she doing cocaine? No, I'm trying not to sneeze, so I'm just like, I'm gonna be fine. But they're like, why? What are you sniffing so much about? Everything's fine. Go on.
but yeah. So I mean, I forget completely. It's been a long time since I've actually seen the Babadook. But I still would hang with him. I want to wear his hat. So
Uh, I feel like because like Samara seems scarier, So it's like just for that reason I want to pick the Babadook because I don't really remember that much about him except he looks like a silly guy. And I know for some reason he became like a bi icon on the internet all of a
Oh
sudden.
wow,
Like when it was like bi Pride Month, they kept like posting him around and stuff, and I like that.
that's
I
so
think I
interesting.
think it's very festive and entertaining. So he's I don't know, maybe because he would be fun at a pride parade, the Babadook, I guess. I don't know.
That's interesting.
So we'll go with Babadook. I don't know where it came from, but you know the internet never misses. So I keep saying the internet like I'm 100 years old. Would you rather survive a night in the haunted abbey from The Nun or the haunted asylum from American Horror Story?
That is fun.
Mm,
I am going with. Gotta go with my boy Valak. I'm going over to the haunted like manor with the nun. I'm going over there.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can picture that because you love your religious horror and yeah.
And I feel
Okay.
like Asylum was a little too crazy for me, to be honest. Like you're either fighting a whole bunch of people in Asylum or just the nun, you know?
Yeah, but like a lot of people in the main room at the asylum were just like chilling and listening to the record
True.
player. So I feel like for me, if I'm in the asylum, I'm keeping my head down. I'm just listening to Jessica Lange sing the banana, banana, banana,
Yeah.
banana. I'll just listen to that, mind my business, keep my head down, and I want to F with the nun. Like, I'm just saying. But that's how I would tackle asylum. Like I'm not,
Yeah.
right?
I do think that being around the nun would be way scarier for sure. But
Yes.
I think it would be an interesting adventure.
What if you were just like, I want your job, and then you just took it from the nun, and then you're the scary nun instead? No?
I mean, that might be fun. I'd be like, boo, boo.
Are you scared now? Is that
I,
scary enough?
I
Yes.
come about the water, but then I like shake my hair like a Sports Illustrated model.
I love that. You just like totally forget you're supposed to be in character
Right,
sometimes. You're like,
right.
oh shit. That's funny. I like that. Okay. So that's the one we picked different. So you picked the nun, I picked asylum. Would you rather be stalked by Ghostface or I'm actually going to change. I think I want to change this one. Would you rather be stalked by Ghostface or the woman in the yard? If
What?
the woman in the yard is actually a ghost the whole time,
Okay. What
not
what's the original one? I'm just
woman in
curious.
black, the woman in black, the woman in black.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Not a lot of people seen the Woman in Black.
Right, that's why I changed it.
Um,
I changed it.
I'm going to go with Ghostface because Ghostface is a person. The woman in the yard will know what the fuck she is.
No.
So,
And she's like
yeah,
outside the house, and then she gets in the house, and then she's all,
and she like manipulates stuff. So I'm good. I'm gonna go with Ghostface because I know that's a real person. That if I have a knife, I can stab them. They will go away.
yeah. I actually agree again. And also, if it's the original Scream and it's Ghostface and we have Skeet and Lillard, I'm all about that. Except I'd be trying to unmask them and like kiss them on the face, but that's a story for another time. Okay. Would you rather babysit Chucky or Annabelle?
Annabelle, all the way. I hate Chucky. Chucky is the
Really?
in the world of horror. Chucky is my probably my least favorite of all time. And
Really?
yes,
Oh.
I despise Chucky. The only Chucky movie I actually like is Seed of Chucky, and that's because his son is so stupid. And so, I like that one, and I've seen that one at least I think twice maybe, but. I hate Chucky. And so Annabelle scares the shit out of me, to be quite honest. But if we keep her in her case, she all right. Because that's really what we gotta do.
Do you know, this is real life Annabelle now, that
Hmm.
they just brought Annabelle to New Orleans? She's in the French Quarter,
Why
actual
did they
Annabelle
rehome that girl? They should have left her where she was.
in
But I
her
mean, I understand why,
in her
because
case, but it correlates with two big major things that just happened. The burning down of an original plantation house. They can't determine the cause. And 11 or 10 inmates just escaped from Parish County Jail in New
Annabelle down
Orleans.
there wreaking havoc already. Like lead it, they should have left her in the home of the
Connecticut.
Warrens. They should have left her there. I mean, I understand that no, the Warrens aren't there anymore, obviously.
No.
Because Lorraine recently passed away, like more recent anyway.
Hmm.
But it's like rehousing their oddities when we know that they're quote unquote haunted is
Yeah.
just disturbing the energy, if you believe in that type of thing. And so I living personally, wherever they would house that doll, I'm like, I'm not going there because
Yeah.
that to me, I feel like that's unruly. That's unruly energy right there. I'm good. I'm good. But I'm
I
still picking Annabelle over
yeah,
Chucky.
yes. I do like the idea. I wish so I was just talking to one of our other pod friends the other day about the Warren Occult Museum, which was in their house with all of the things that you see in the movies. Like they did have a kind of like a separate room in the house or something like that where they housed all these things. And they used to actually give tours. And I always wanted to go there, but they don't give tours anymore. It closed down in like I think before COVID or maybe after, and they don't do it anymore, but the house is still there. I think the son-in-law kind of does the upkeep. But yeah, moving Annabelle around is maybe not the move.
No.
I would actually pick Chucky. I would pick Chucky. A few moments ago, we talked about banter. I would love to banter with Chucky. I would love it. And also, I would just punt him. Like he's just a little asshole doll. Um, but also, I actually really even liked him so much in the series.
Mm.
Like he grew more on me in the series. Like I felt like it was funnier. Um, so I would pick Chucky with that. So another one we deviated from. So this isn't a question, but I'm gonna give you this one. Would you rather own Chucky or Billy from Saw?
Now you already know. You already know. You already know. Like, and listen, I'll be honest with you. Let's take Chucky out. You could put Annabelle. You could put E.T. You could put Ghostface. You could put anybody up against Billy.
Jason,
I,
Voorhees?
you could put Jason next to
Okay,
Billy.
okay.
The only person that you might get me, or only thing that might make me not choose Billy, is actual Jigsaw himself. Okay. Even
Okay.
though he does not like people.
No, he
Okay.
doesn't.
In
He
real
sure
life, he does
doesn't.
not like people.
Mm-mm.
But I'm choosing Billy every single
Now,
time.
this is full out Billy though, like
Tricycle Billy. Yeah.
I want to play a game. Like he's talking to you, there's a thing. Like remember those little skits I showed you where he's like you work with him at the office and he like rigs your computer to
Yeah.
like pop up inappropriate videos. He's like you have 30 seconds to
I would love that Billy.
disarm this thing.
I
Disarm
would
these
take that Billy.
videos until the IT guy you have a crush on comes over and you embarrass yourself, like whatever the situation was. That's funny.
Listen, I'm taking Billy all the way.
Okay. I like it. I agree. You guys know I love Billy so much. Um, also another funny Ghost the band reference. So there's chapters I've been watching, little snippets, little vignettes they've made about their lore, about their characters. And the last character they had a squeaky tricycle, and it made me think of Billy because
That's
he was just
funny.
riding it around in almost like a mortuary type place, but it literally did also squeak. And I was like, "Oh, Billy, so cute." Anyway,
Lo, let me ask you though. I'm just gonna throw something at you. Would
yeah.
you rather have Billy from Dead Silence or Billy from Saw?
Oh, that's easy. No, yeah, no, it is Billy from Saw
I
immediately.
I might pick Billy from Dead Silence.
Really?
I
Why?
might because I mean, first of all, let's be real. They have the same dad. It doesn't matter. Like they both have the same dads. So
Who's their dad? Like the devil? Satan?
no, I'm talking about who created them.
Oh,
James
okay.
Wan and Lee Winnell.
Okay.
So
Fine.
like
I thought there was like a lore that I was missing that I
no,
was
no,
like,
no,
wait, who's their
no.
dad?
No, no, no. And they're in the same universe.
They
And
are.
also like propping Billy up. Billy is actually haunted. Billy from whatchamacallit,
Dead silence.
Dead Silence. He's actually haunted.
He is.
Billy on the tricycle is not haunted.
I
He
know.
just he just gets moved around. So he's a safe bet. But if I want to have a little bit of fun, I might pick the other Billy from Dead Silence.
I just don't.
And then not scream because Mary Shaw is probably close by.
No. I've just never loved a ventriloquist dummy,
Mm.
personally. Um, I feel like I've read as a child many a Goosebumps
Oh
that had a
yeah.
ventriloquist
Night of the Living Dummy.
or like Tales from the Crypt, right? That I'm just
Hmm.
like, I just don't love, you know. My mom kind of collects creepy dolls to a point, not like Mary Shaw level collecting, because I would have to intervene. Um, but I'm like, that's not really my thing. I just love Billy because I still find the fact that he rides in on a tricycle so funny. I think that there's a levity that gets added to it because
It's cute.
he's threatening your life and he has this little child's toy that he has to pedal and I just think it's so funny. Whereas like Billy from Saw or Dead Silence seems more like serious.
Yeah, he's very serious.
He's so serious and I just like I don't know. I just like the levity of the tricycle, I guess. Like
I'm such a serious person though, so I'll take serious Billy over tricycle Billy. But listen, I would probably, I'm not even gonna hold you. I would probably put Dead Silence Billy on a tricycle anyway.
I
I'd probably
love
still
that.
put him on a tricycle.
I love that for you.
I'd have him in like a little wagon and drag him around with me. Like,
We love just whimsy. We just add in
yes.
little bits of whimsy. Yeah, no, I like that. I also, it's not just the tricycle for me. I feel like we're talking way too much about tricycles, honestly, but it's, but it's also like his voice, the way he delivers his message, and he's just like a little guy. I just think he's like, I love him. I don't know. I don't
Well, then
know.
you could take John Kramer too, because it's John Kramer's voice.
Yeah, I like him less. It's okay though. It's okay though. I'm like, if you have to, like, I would take him if I had to. But be like, no funny business. I'm gonna like chain you to your hospital bed
I'd be like,
and
and you can only talk through the voice changer. So you'd be like,
yeah, only talk through the
"Hello,
voice
I need a
changers.
I need a bedpan." You
Yes.
know.
Anything you want to say to me, you want a Capri Sun, you need a piece of pizza, you want some Skittles, you got to say as Billy to me. Like it's the only way. Um, he would be like, please put me out of my misery. I'm so tired of you. He would be like, enough, enough. Okay. Good question though. It's a good question. Would you rather be hunted by the Predator or the Terminator?
Alien, Predator, of course. I don't.
Yeah.
The Terminator to me is just the Terminator is mid. I found the Terminator series to be a little mid. I'm not mad at a robot that's coming back from the future to take somebody out. I mean, that's okay and that's cool and all. I wouldn't want to be Sarah Connor or her son or
No.
anybody like that. But like, I just, I'm just not that impressed. But
Yeah.
Predator is like badass. Like I love her.
I also, did you ever see that meme that was like what Predator would see when it was like when I was trying to escape from it and they identified like all your joints are like fucked or like whatever.
No,
Like maybe it would let you go because it would be like this person, I'm not saying you personally, but I'm saying like be like, oh, maybe this person's like has enough going on and
that's
like
true. But that's true though, because if you think about how the Predators, like their actual competition, they're
yeah.
trying to like actually take and unalive the champion person of Earth, like the person who's like the most worthy, because
Yeah, yeah.
that's something that's going to like give them accolades. They're going to feel good about that kill, right? I just
Right.
said unalive and then followed up kill, whatever.
It's all right.
So yeah, they'll look at me and be like, she has no cartilage in her knees. She's morbidly obese. She she wheezes when she walks. So that's not a prize. Throw her back in the ocean. Let
Like
that whale
let
go.
let that one go. Let that one go. That's really funny. Oh my God.
Oh,
They'd be like, this one can't even get away. Her one ankle's so wonky. Like she's done. That's very funny.
no.
Yeah, I would probably pick the same for that reason, for that exact reason of like they would just look at me and be like, oh, she's not long for this world anyway.
Oop,
It's okay. We'll just
damn.
leave it. No, like her back's messed up, her knees weird. Like it's just leave it. There's something else out there. I don't think I asked this one, so forgive me if I have, but I think I skipped this one before, so I just want to go back for a second. Would you rather have a ghost live in your closet or have a serial killer follow you around? I think that's easy. That's an easy pick, in my opinion, but what do you think? What do you think?
It's hard because it like depends on the type of ghost. Is this a malevolent ghost? Is it a nice ghost? Is it Casper? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of
Yeah.
ghost is living? Is it Slimer? Like, what kind of ghost
Oh
is
my
it?
God, I would be so thrilled to have Slimer live in my closet. I would be so happy. Just like
So,
throw some hot dogs in there for him. Like, oh my God.
but that's what I'm
With his
saying.
big
Like,
butt cheeks, like he
oh
got
my God.
BBL. I love him.
But that would be like, I would wonder, is it that ghost or is it the ghost from like Paranormal Activity? That's Toby.
Well,
So I don't want Toby living in my house. I want Toby
no,
in my
but
bedroom.
here's the thing I'll say. It said in your closet. So I'm assuming it only lives in the closet, does not come out the closet. That's my assumption.
How am I gonna get my clothes?
You put
My
them
clothes are
somewhere
in the
else.
closet.
I don't know what to tell you.
Ugh.
Um, I don't know. Because I know it does depend on the type of ghost, of course,
Now,
but
see, here's the thing. You didn't say the serial killer is trying to kill me. He's
it did say
following me.
following you around, which I think I may have had an ex-boyfriend who might have been a serial killer, and he followed me around, and I'm fine.
Right.
So if you're going that way, I mean,
I think that, to be quite honest, and this is just me. I have a weird thing about ghosts being in closets. That actually kind of freaks me out. And
okay.
I'm not freaked out by a lot of things, but that freaks me out. And probably because when I saw the first Paranormal Activity, where I live, there was a sliding closet, and I swore that that closet was going to just open up and invisible Toby was going to be on the other side. I don't know why that was, and I was a grown adult feeling that way, which is why I never saw Paranormal Activity 2, which is why you will never see me reviewing that movie on this channel. Not
No,
ever, ever, ever. It is one of my very hard passes. Um,
sure.
so so yeah, I'm gonna go with serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have a specific serial killer that you would prefer?
John Wayne Gacy, so I can run from him because he's too fast. Like I definitely don't want like, Ted Bundy or anything like that.
No, but Gacy's tricks were not revolving around his weight. They were
True,
revolving around like closeness and
true.
handcuff trickery. So it's
And he
like
liked he liked men.
he did like men. So
Some
maybe
say,
he would just hang out, I guess. Because he was also a guy he liked to party. He liked to have
yeah,
like a tiki party or like he had all kind of weird parties, Gacy
yeah,
did. Hmm.
yeah. So I mean, I would say probably John Wayne Gacy. I mean, he's atrocious. His stuff that he did was horrible.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I just want to make it clear, in no way am I like celebrating John Wayne Gacy. But
No, we're
if
just saying
I'm
if you had to pick.
yeah, if I'm picking a serial killer, it's going to be that one because all the rest of them, I feel like for the most part, would probably be able to run and chase me and like get me if they really wanted to. Because again, I don't
Yeah.
have any knees and I'm morbidly obese.
She didn't have any
Okay,
cartilage.
no.
That still makes me laugh. I'm sorry that that's a fact, but it just made me laugh. You're like, oh, she doesn't have any cartilage in her knees. Let me tell you the reason why I asked that question is because immediately when I thought of a serial killer in a closet, I thought of BTK because that's one thing he
Oh,
actually did. He would go in people's houses because he worked for an alarm company. What was the big
mm.
one? Like there was a big alarm company for years that was
I don't know. I always think of
like
ADT.
I
That's
think of
all I
like
think
I
of.
think it was ADT or like slow men. I don't know. But he would go in and like hide in someone's closet, and then they would come home and he'd be up in the closet. So that's why I think of him
See, that's even
while
worse.
you were.
That's worse than a damn ghost. That's
That's what I
that's
mean. So
remixing
like
it.
I'm like, if it's strictly a closet ghost, like I said, a ghost who lives in my closet, I would take the closet ghost. I would just put my clothes somewhere else. I'd be like, you stay in there, especially if it's Slimer, bestie. He can even come out of the closet. I would invite him. We could hang out. Yeah, especially a Slimer. I would definitely pick that over like anything else ever. He seems like a really fun friend as long as you give him snacks, and that is
Yeah,
relatable to me as a friend. If you give me snacks, I will hang out.
I will hang
Um,
out if you bring me pizza. I will hang out.
yeah, right. I like that.
Pizza and chicken wings, the chicken patties actually. Chicken patties, not even chicken wings, chicken patties.
Chicken patties,
Yep.
like
Like banquet meal chicken patties,
okay,
yes.
okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, I got you. I got you. I remember those. I we used to get those in school. Those were really good. Those were good. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, they good.
This is kind of the same. I feel like we already established, but I'm just going to ask because it's here. Would you rather fight off a horde of zombies or escape from an alien invasion? But I feel like I
I
know that.
am
Go ahead. I feel like I was gonna say what you were about to say, so
No,
just
no,
go ahead
tell
and
me
say
what,
it.
say what this time. Tell me what you want to say.
No, I think you would say, I'm not trying to escape from an alien invasion, is I feel like what you would say.
That's exactly what I would say. So I'm fighting the zombie horde because I am not running from the alien
No, you're
abduction
like,
invasion.
welcome, friends. Like, yeah,
Yes, please take me to your leader. And
yeah,
help me take out these zombies while you're at it.
yeah. I'm fighting off the zombie horde. We already know that. Would you rather I feel like this is a weird question. Would you rather battle a possessed doll or a haunted painting?
So the haunted painting makes me think again of The Conjuring. Valak was in a haunted painting at one point. Like
Yeah,
he was
okay.
haunting the painting, but you're not he flew out of the painting like and came at you. I don't know if that's really fighting. And a haunted doll, again, that's like an Annabelle or something. Can I just say neither? Because
I
like
mean you can.
no, I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna be fair. I would rather fight the doll than the painting. Because to me, first of all, I'm not gonna have that painting in my house. That's the first thing, because I don't like paintings where the eyes follow you and stuff like that. That's like no, I'm not gonna say that. The house about to be so inappropriate. But it's like and I was about to cross a line. It's like that picture of Jesus where his eyes follow you back and forth and stuff like that. So
Right.
I don't want to have to deal with a zombie, deal with a painting that's haunted where the eyes follow me and then it comes out and tries to attack me. I just want to see that doll run across the room and I'm just going to try to punt kick it every time I see it. So
I like that. See, my when I hear haunted painting, because what you're saying makes sense, I'm thinking of Dorian Gray. You familiar with Dorian Gray?
yeah.
Where it's just like, and again, I never actually read this book, and I should put it on my list. But the premise of basically it's someone who the painting of this person grows grotesque over time, but the man himself remains young and beautiful as long as the painting stays. And
Hmm.
what's funny about the premise, I saw a meme about this too recently, it was like, I'm cursing you to the painting that's so heinous and whatever. And the guy's like, I'm just gonna hide the painting. Like, I'll just hide it. And the guy's like, no, because, and he's like, I'm just gonna hide the painting. It's fine. So that's kind of more what I was thinking. And I was like, if that's the case, I would I would deal with the
Take the
painting.
painting.
Like, that's
Yeah.
fine. The Valak painting, I don't want to F with that. I don't want to mess with
Mm-mm.
that. I'm not trying to mess with that.
Nope.
So it depends. It depends. If it's the Dorian Gray painting, 100%. Valak, I would take the doll, I would say. Would you rather be trapped in a haunted house with a serial killer or be hunted by a mythical creature?
Like Goat Man?
Ugh, you had to say Goat Man. I hate Goat Man. Sure. Like any kind of cryptid,
Listen,
like
tall, was it Slender
Predator,
Man? Slender
Slender
Man.
Man.
Well, when they
Uh,
say mythical creature, I am thinking more crypto along the lines of crypto.
I
I'll
was
be honest
thinking
with you.
like that movie that like Scary Unicorn that just came out, but like it could be anything like that. Like whatever in your imagination. Because if Mothman's chasing me, I'm like, no, I love you, Mothman. I want to be your
Winnie the
friend. Like,
Pooh from Blood and Honey,
ugh, huh, hate
or
it.
the zombie Bambi, you know,
I'm not with that. Mm-mm.
Popeye the Slasher Man or Slayer Man, whatever. Um, listen, I'm gonna step away from the serial killer. I'm gonna go with the mythical creature, whatever
Okay.
that may be.
Okay. I would probably go serial killer. Ah, you're trapped in a haunted house with the serial killer.
That's a double whammy.
Yeah, that's too many things. So yeah, I'm going mythical creature. That's too many things. You got to pick a struggle, right?
Right.
It's just like a regular house with the serial killer, or it's a haunted house.
Well,
It can't
here's the
be.
thing with the haunted house is are the ghosts in the house helping you escape the serial killer?
I feel
Because
like
maybe
probably
that's the serial killer's victims in the haunted house?
that I would love and sounds like a great movie. To the flippy floppy of that is if they're all teamed up against you, like forget it. Like I'll just lay down on the ground and be like, go ahead. I'm not gonna run from. I'm not gonna spend my last moments running, doing
Right.
cardio, please, please. Um, okay. Would you rather have your, oh, this is a good question for my mom. Would you rather have your house filled with scary dolls or haunted by ghosts?
I'm gonna say the dolls because I just locked them up in one area and never go in there, and I would lock the door and they could not get out, and that'd be that. The ghosts, they can go through walls and
They
watch you when you're
can.
showering and watch you when
I,
you're on the toilet, like your most vulnerable moments.
I feel
So
like there's like a double-edged sword to that, but I understand your why you picked that. It makes total sense to me. But so, for example, my favorite place to visit is Salem, Massachusetts, and it's a very haunted town, very haunted. But a lot of I feel like the haunting that goes on there is just run of the mill, doesn't really impact your day to day, right? Some of it's even not benevolent, like they're not helping you, but it's not harmful. So it's like I feel like if it were like that, it could just be like acknowledge that that's happening, right? And be like, okay. But scary dolls, because what if I'm trying to sleep and then what if they find out how to open the door and
That's why
like,
I'm locking it. Locking it. They're not getting out.
okay, no, that's good. I think that's a good,
But I mean,
uh,
I've lived in a house that was haunted. I lived in a house with a ghost.
no, thank you.
And I mean, the ghost never bothered us. It never like hurt us or anything like that. For those of you who don't believe in ghosts, I understand completely, and this might sound crazy, but I mean, I actually had a picture of a ghost on my phone. And no, it wasn't like your regular Casper looking ghost. And no, it didn't look like an undead person. It was like the shadowy outline of a person. And then it wasn't there anymore in on the other pictures. So, and also you could hear the ghost walking up and down the steps.
No, thank you.
But we got to the point where you got so used to it, you're like, oh, that's just a ghost. So I could understand like one ghost, but if it's a bunch of them in there, I don't think I want to be bothered that. That's reminding me of Winchester. And no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you there. Okay. This I feel like is a very ridiculous question, an impossible question even. Would you rather ride a faulty roller coaster or jump from a plane with a faulty parachute?
That's not even horror, but it is at the same time. I'm gonna ride the faulty roller coaster.
But I feel
I'd
like
rather
both
have a thrill.
both of them lead to death, no? Like if they're
Not
both faulty.
necessarily.
Hmm.
Listen, a faulty roller coaster doesn't mean that you're gonna fall to your death. It means like maybe you get stuck. Maybe you have to climb down. If I'm falling out of an airplane, there is no stopping that one.
I know.
So
I don't like that one. I don't really want to have to pick, but like with a weapon to my head, I guess I would have to pick roller coaster, but I really don't like that at all.
I
Um,
love the thrill of being on a roller coaster for one last time.
I don't like
So
it. So I have a few more, and I have to like some of these are silly, so I'm not going to read them all. Would you rather be able to see ghosts or talk to them?
that's rough. Oh, I don't know. I That's hard because honestly, if you see them and they can't talk to you, then it's like, why are you here? You can't tell me. But if I keep hearing disembodied voices all the time, that's going to drive me crazy. Like even seeing
Yeah.
them would drive me crazy, but I think I'd rather hear them than see them because if I wake up in the middle of the night and one's just standing over my bed, like,
No.
you know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
Like
no.
I'm gonna be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And I've actually had a ghost whisper at me before too.
Said, "Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear." Just kidding.
Right,
No.
right.
Like,
And
see, I
so
feel like because you guys, I'm gonna give you a little ghost etiquette. If you don't believe in ghosts, whatever, just skip this part. Whatever, like whatever. Apparently, you can set rules with your ghosts. That's what I've heard, right? So you can set your boundaries. Like, don't talk to me between the hours of X and X, or don't, whatever. So I feel like I certainly don't want to see them as a surprise. I wouldn't like that at all.
right,
So I would rather them be able to talk to me or like or it could be a situation like, hey, only warn me if something bad's going to happen, or you can answer when I talk to you. Like if there were parameters, right? I don't want to be doing something, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, and it's like, I just want to like, no, no, we're not, we're not doing that. Um, but with those in place, I would pick here
yeah.
because they're both it's both creepy, so there needs to be some rules. Would you rather put your hand in a tank full of spiders or of snakes?
Snakes, snakes.
Same, same.
I'm scared of all bugs. It doesn't matter. I
What if it
can't.
was, would the size of the spider do anything for you?
Nope.
If it was like little teeny tiny
Nope.
ones, what if,
That's
no?
even worse. I am technically I was afraid of gnats when I was little.
Hmm.
Okay. And I'm still like creeped out by like flies sometimes, like if they're like a little heavy, like a little obese fly. I don't like them.
She said obese fly.
Like horse flies, they like fly
Mm.
really funny, and I don't like bees because they fly like that too. I'm scared of butterflies. So if I don't even want a butterfly landing on me, I definitely don't want little spiders all over me
Yeah,
either.
I got you. Would you mind touching the snake, or you're only picking it because you would prefer that over the spiders? Would it like
I'm not
freak you
afraid of
out?
snakes. I'm not afraid of snakes.
Me
So
either.
yeah, so I'd be
I would,
fine with snakes.
I would pick snakes too. You know what snakes I don't like? I don't like the one with like red eyes. There's like a
Oh yeah,
white
the
one.
albino snake.
No,
Yeah,
I like just the ones that are like the kind of I guess any other kinds.
the green garden snake.
Any other kind. I also kind of don't love the yellow ones. I kind of
Yeah,
don't like those, but the other ones I like. Okay. I feel like this is a very easy question. Would you rather spend a night in a haunted house or haunt a house yourself?
haunting a house.
We are called the Horror Ghouls for a reason. We are
Right.
haunting that house.
Yes, we try to haunt you almost every week through these podcasts. So
Yeah. No.
yeah.
This one isn't even like, I feel like this isn't horror related, or maybe it's just like weird. I don't know. But it was, would you rather have slimy hands or a slimy face?
Ew.
What a weird question.
I would rather have slimy hands because I would just put gloves on, and so I would be like Rogue from X-Men and like
You have a
never
terrible
touching people.
secret. Yes.
Right.
That's really funny. I can't even pick that. It would have to be hands, right? Like it
Yeah. Who
has to be
wants a
hands.
slimy
You
face?
just walk, well, except for Slimer, obviously. All of him, including his BL, Slimy AF. Would you rather get bitten by a werewolf or a vampire? I think we talked about this before, but
We
we'll bring it
we
up again.
we did, but I don't think we completely went into. I know who you're picking, but
Mhm.
uh, but it's a little difficult. I think I'm going werewolves because I like lichens. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'm definitely a vampire girl.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd be such a good vampire. That might be a direct quote from another time we've talked about this already. I like the nighttime. I'm actually currently literally allergic to the sun.
Yes.
If when I
That's a
go
real
out,
thing.
it's a real thing. When I go out in the sun in a matter of hours, and it has to be for more than like a minute, like not walk into the car, but like out in the sun. Within hours, I break out in splotches all over my body. So I'm literally allergic to the sun. So I'm halfway there, right? Yeah, I'd prefer to go out at night. I like being weird and creepy and like kind of sneaking up on people, and then over time you amass a fortune, you have a cool house, cool clothes, turn other people into vampires, eat some blood or drink some blood, I guess.
We'll
Great. What's not
see.
great about all those things? I know you're averse to blood, so
Well, not even that because still werewolves still deal with blood sometimes.
that's true.
But I'm not trying to drink it like that. I'd rather eat flesh than drink blood. But
Mm,
I'm only going to be a vampire on the full moon. I love the moon. I'd love to see full moons. So I'm only technically a wolf, a werewolf or a lichen for 3 days out of a month because a full moon technically is like 3 days.
yeah.
So, it's not on the waxing gibbous or the waning gibbous. So, you
I
know,
see. I also like the other things that come with being a vampire. Like there's an element of like mind control, right? So
There's
you can,
beauty, there's
yeah, you can get
fortune.
people to do whatever you want. And it's like I've seen this in a bunch of different vampire shows. It's like they give you free will to a point, but when they really want something, they'll flex on you if they have to. And
Right.
kind of feel like I'm like that as a regular person, like F around and find out that like I'll chill out, but if I need to flex on you, like I'll do it. Um,
And I just like the strength of a lichen. Like I like the fact that we're very fast and
I like
we
you've already
can
adopted it. You're like
we're
we
very
are very
fast
fast. Yeah,
and and we're very strong and I was I reading a book or something or playing a game? I can't remember what it was, but like this lady got turned into a werewolf and she was like really upset that when she woke up she was naked because when she turned into the werewolf she like
right.
ripped her clothes off.
Sure.
But like I would be fine with that. Like I'd be
Yeah, you're like
I'm like,
whatever.
look, if I'm running through the woods all night howling at the moon, like,
Yeah.
okay,
It's also not a full-time commitment,
right.
so I get that.
And
I
I can
get
still
that.
go in the sun. I can
You
still have a
can,
regular
and I
life.
literally already can't. So like I said, I might as well. I might as well change right now. Definitely let us know if you've been playing along, vampire, werewolf. Which one would you pick and
Yeah,
why? Tell us why. Justify it for us. We want to know. Would you rather explore a creepy forest or a dark, deserted cemetery?
creepy forest.
I'll go cemetery. Why would you pick forest?
Because I feel like it would probably be interesting to kind of go through. In the cemetery, it's very flat. You can already see stuff. The only thing I'm looking at cemeteries are the headstones
Hmm.
because I really enjoy headstones. But like in the creepy woods, you might come across like little graves in there too. You might find little,
You might find a cemetery in the woods.
yeah,
That's a good point.
full of puppets back here, or pets, or whatever. You know what
Or
I'm
a pet
saying?
cemetery. Oh man, you're really finding all the things.
Yeah, so you never know.
Okay. I like that. I would pick cemetery, like I said. It's like I like the idea that nothing's really sneaking up on you, unless it's one that's full of mausoleums, because those are too big to see
Right.
around. But I do love to look at headstones. Anytime I go somewhere with like a old cemetery, I love looking at like the different art they use, or if there's like an epitaph on it or whatever. Would you rather sleep in a coffin or a cave full of bats?
Hmm. I mean, it depends on the type of bat, because there are different types of bats, and some of them carry diseases and some of them don't.
Let's
So if
assume
I am
disease-free, disease-free
okay,
bats.
I'm gonna sleep with the bats. I'm gonna because I'm not claustrophobic, but I feel like a coffin would make me feel claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Um, there's a video game out that you are inside of a coffin, like you've been locked inside and you have to figure your way out. And like it's haunted on the inside, so like there's like a corpse in there with you and you don't realize
Oh,
it until like midway through the game. So yeah, no, I'm just gonna sleep with the bats. I'll become
okay.
Batgirl.
Batgirl, I like it. I feel like I like bats. I especially like those giant ass flying foxes. Have
Oh,
you
they're
seen those?
cute. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they're so cute. Maybe a cave full of those. Otherwise, I'd probably go coffin, but I want like a king size. I want like a king size coffin. Would you rather be haunted by a friendly witch or be the friend of an evil witch?
The friend of an evil witch.
You already are a friend of an evil witch. As we cackle about
Right?
it.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's easy. Everyone knows. Everyone knows the answer to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I have a good question to end on, so I want to ask a few others before we get to our last question. Would you rather have vampire fangs or a witch nose?
Vampire fangs.
Right? You don't want that
Yeah.
big, and we're talking about that classic, because first I was like witch
With
nose, but
the
they mean the
nose with the
classic
mole on it.
long, but it's like really long and weird
Yeah,
and
no. Give me the vampire fangs. I'd rather just walk around flashing my fangs at people.
yeah, flesh in your fangs. Would you rather do a ghost tour or a murder mystery party?
Oh, listen, I've done both. And I honestly like the murder mystery party.
I've never done one, but I would like to do one.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Like Clue,
Mm-hmm.
like real life Clue. Okay. So we have one last question. Would you rather listen or okay, I'm going to put it to you like this. Who would you rather tell you a story? Stephen King or Edgar Allan Poe? Now we're talking like hanging out. They're gonna like read you a story or just come up with one off the top of their head.
I am going with classic Edgar Allan Poe. Because I feel like while Stephen King is a wonderful storyteller, absolutely, I feel like him actually reading his stories would be weird. But I feel like Edgar Allan Poe is a weirdo, okay? And the way he writes is always in some type of prose. It's so interesting. And so I feel like he would have, in my mind, and I don't even know if this is true, I feel like he would have some type of like Queen's English type accent.
Yes,
And so he would,
totally.
and thus we shot the albatross,
Oh yeah.
say like whatever, the thus the raven evermore. Like I just feel like it would be something like that. So I have to go with Edgar Allan Poe. I like him. He's cool.
I feel like this is really difficult for me because I have extensive collections from both of these men, right? Like extensive, complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, multiple books, a lot of Stephen King. I just did another book haul. Plug here, wish they were sponsoring us, Thrift Books, right here, hashtag. Another book haul from Thrift Books, which was all Stephen King. And it's from some of the ones I had to like replace. So like Pet Cemetery and oh God, so many things, The Green Mile and all this stuff. But but I feel like Edgar Allan Poe is like the great granddaddy of like spooky shit. And I feel like his voice, even though like he did descend into like depression and madness and like opium, was it opium? I'm thinking of Sherlock Holmes, I think. I think he was like drinking. I think
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't
definitely
know.
taking some drugs. He
He's
definitely
probably doing the
was.
poppy. Who knows?
Yeah, he was doing some shit like that. But if he could tell me a story, any story, I'd prefer it to be The Raven. It's my
Yes.
favorite ever. When I was in not elementary school, imagine me in elementary school reading that shit. That's some Wednesday Addams stuff right there. Um, I like made it my mission in middle school to memorize The Raven, and it is long. I remember I think only parts of it now, which I will recite for you here. Just kidding. That would take a long time. Um, I feel like I would have to pick him, but I think it would be an honor for
Yeah.
either of them to tell me a story, but I just feel like I would have to pick Edgar Allan Poe.
And see, I like the Raven. I think because I had to look just to see some more of the stuff. I also like the Telltale Heart.
The Telltale Heart is so good. Um, oh my gosh, there's another one that just totally slipped my
There's the
mind.
Fall of the House of Usher as well.
That one, the Cask
Um,
of Amontillado, I always say that wrong.
Amata, yeah, I can't say that wrong.
Armadillo, the Cask of Armadillo.
The Mask of the Red Death.
There's so many
Yeah.
amazing stories. But like if I was gonna pick any one, it would be The Raven, but like I would be happy to hear a number of those
I
things.
like the Telltale Heart. I'll give the Pit and the Pendulum
I was about to say The Pit and the Pendulum.
a little, nod as well. There's so many good things with Edgar Allan Poe.
And
Like
he even
so
just has
many.
like poems like Annabelle Lee is a beautiful poem. And also Stevie Nicks, my favorite singer of all time ever, actually created a song of Annabelle Lee. And she used like 98% accurate,
Oh wow.
like his words to the song. So there's that too. So yeah, I mean, they're both so iconic, like, but Edgar Allan Poe. I wonder the state of like like, would he be totally out of his mind? Do you know?
Yeah.
Just like totally like bugged out. But I guess it depends on what era of Stephen King too, because he did so much cocaine throughout writing some of his great work. So
Yeah.
it depends, I guess, what era you get him in. But yeah, I think that's a good place to close out. There were a few more I liked, but I think we've done a lot. So we could probably do some another time. I hope you guys enjoyed, had fun screeching out your answers, hoping we can hear you. Maybe we gave you aligned with some of our answers. I'm hoping that you put some in the chat, uh,
Yes, please. We'd love to read
in the
some of
comments.
your answers and your reasons why,
Yeah.
because it's always interesting to see difference of opinions. I mean, because some people might be like, I'm not doing none of that shit.
And there's no wrong answer, so that's the
Yeah,
kind of the beauty of it. It's just what you feel. And maybe if we get some good answers, we could go over them on a different After Dark, and we could say
yeah,
so and so said this. So that might give you a little shout out, in a future episode of the After Dark with the Horror Ghouls.
yes.
So yeah, do you have any other thoughts? Anything you want to add?
Would you rather
Oh God.
watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey once or watch Dinosaur Hotel on repeat
Oh no.
for a week?
No, when you say watch it, like like my eyes are held open with like
Yes,
sticks, like I have to watch
yes.
it.
Like that classic torture chamber type stuff.
Like
Yes.
why do
Like
I do that? I think of a movie and then the minute I think of it, it's just gone.
gone.
I was just thinking of A Clockwork Orange. That's what I was thinking
Mm.
of, and it just came to me. Um,
Well, yeah, like I will say this, you can get a cool 8 hours of sleep, but the other hours of the day, you are watching Jurassic Park, not Jurassic Park, sorry.
I would love to watch
Dinosaur,
Jurassic Park.
Dinosaur
That would
Hotel.
be easy, Jurassic Park. With that being said, I think I would have to do Winnie the Pooh, and I would hate it so much. But just the one time, I think I would have to do, I don't think I could do that terrible ass CGI and like oh God, it just sounds like a total cluster F. Like I don't think I could do it.
Thanks, Mom.
I feel like you would pick
Glad you're
Dinosaur Hotel.
here.
Would you pick Dinosaur Hotel?
Not for a week, no. I
You
would
would do Winnie the
do
Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, because I didn't hate Winnie the Pooh. It's bad, but I didn't hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like it had potential that they just lost out on. And even like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 looks stupid, which I might watch. I might watch that one. Please do not pressure me like Dinosaur Hotel though. Even though, listen, I'm not mad that I watched Dinosaur Hotel. I'm probably gonna watch Dinosaur Hotel 2. I might watch 3. It's like my version of somebody said it like one of my friends who also watches the show, hey girl, she equated it to Sharknado, because like
Okay.
she likes Sharknado, it's like a guilty pleasure. So I'm like Dinosaur Hotel is like my version of Sharknado. Because it's really bad, but it's cheesy and it's kind of like this is some dumb brain rot stuff to watch. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
wait. Would you rather watch would you rather watch Winnie the Pooh or would you rather watch Halloween Kills?
And with that said, we're gonna say goodnight. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I'm watching Winnie the Pooh. So I'm still watching Winnie the Pooh.
Corey.
Halloween Kills is honestly the worst movie of the entire Halloween franchise, of any franchise, including the Rob Zombie versions. I just that movie is trash.
If
So
my friend
I'm
Tyler ever watches this, he's gonna be really upset that you said that because he really thought it was good.
sorry, Tyler. That movie sucked. And
Sorry.
so I mean, listen, I'm a Halloween Ends girl. I think that was the middle one, right? Or
Yeah.
is yeah, because not Halloween Kills. I'm definitely not that one.
I actually like the first one the best of the trilogy, honestly.
Yeah, I mean the first one was good. I'm the second. I like the second one more, but yeah, that
You
third one is trash.
you
So
know what scene I still really appreciate from Halloween Kills is when Corey was riding on his motorcycle and it just like it was a quick cutaway and then it showed someone else in the back and I literally thought it was going to be
Michael
Michael Myers for
Myers.
a second. I still, when I think of that, it makes me laugh because it starts low and then they go up and I'm like, wait, they just cut away from a scene where he was with Michael Myers. Is he going to be on the back hugging
I mean,
him?
because
Like
they did like at one point they ended up at the doctor's. Was it the doctor? I forget the doctor's house. Whoever
the
was
doctor's
having,
house. Yeah.
yeah. And it's like, how did Michael get there?
Yeah, I was like,
Corey
they come
certainly was on
together?
his motorcycle,
He's like, meet
right?
me under the overpass at 7 p.m. Like, what? How'd that happen? I
So
don't know.
yeah, no, I that movie was trash. I'm watching Winnie the Pooh, and I would listen. I would watch Winnie the Pooh 2 times before I watch that movie again. So I would listen. I would have a Winnie the Pooh Dinosaur Hotel extravaganza type marathon before I watch that movie again. That movie
Oh,
is my Winnie the Pooh. Okay, one of
it
them
was
anyway.
it was bad. It was really bad. All
Hmm.
right. Well, with that being said,
Yes.
um, take care of yourselves and each other in my Jerry Springer voice that I don't have one of those. Anyway, have a good night. We'll see you guys next time. Another Horror Ghouls episode. Bye.
Bye.